thank you everybody for inviting us out here to celebrate the Chinese New Year. I just want to go over some of the things about the Chinese line dancing, just to give a little history on it. I operate a Kung Fu school in Rogers Park, Illinois. 1642 West Howard Street is where it's located. Been there for about 10 years. And these lions are kind of like a symbol of the school, a symbol of Chinese culture. It's a very powerful symbol. For the lion dance, is basically, it's for good luck, fortune, and prosperity. Usually, if you see any type of Chinese New Year, they're always going to have the lions there because it's a big symbol for the culture. Every time there's a Chinese New Year's parade, you're going to see the lions there. The lions are also associated with Buddhism, and it's used to drive the evil spirits away. So just think about like, the power of a lion and the symbol of just the power of that wildlife lion. And when you put it in like to businesses or weddings or anything that you want to protect, it's like the lion is protecting the business. So for example, the lion was going around here, it's like protecting the business, driving all the evil spirits away or the negative energy to bring positivity. So that's kind of what it's for. So basically, the lions are used in a lot of Kung Fu schools. So you have a Kung Fu school that's going to be to operate the lion dance, and it requires at least 2 people on the lion head. 1 person on the drum, 1 person on the cymbals, 1 person on the gong. So you need at least like 5 people to really do it the way that you're supposed to. Now, there could be multiple lions. Like today we have 2 lions. Some schools will maybe even have more than 2. So basically, the more lions that there are, the more powerful. It shows that the school is very powerful, it's very successful. So you have this powerful martial arts school, practicing martial arts, doing the lion dance, trying to protect the businesses. So you see in the Chinese New Year's, they'll go to each business and dance in front of the business to protect each business. Okay? And if you talk about a wedding ceremony, it's supposed to be protecting the bride and the groom from negative energy, to pretty much encourage a very prosperous marriage. So it's really good for businesses and really good for marriage and just celebrations in general. If there's anybody important that you want to have, that you want to like give them a good welcoming for the Chinese New Year, with the lion dance or something for that as well. Let's see, so there's also 2 different types of performances. There's the civil performance and then the martial performance. Today was kind of more of a civil performance where you're just kind of seeing the lion, the way that it moves, and just kind of like the little delicate moves of the lion and how they might be a little playful. It's just more of just maybe just stepping, and you might see some horse stances like this, some arrow stances, some cat stances. You might see a lion playing with a ball or just kind of scratching his ear. Like these little subtle movements, those are more of the civil performance. The martial performances are where the lions make like a lot of dynamic movements. So people that have more experience, they'll pretty much lift up the person in the front, maybe throw them up in the air. They'll be jumping in and standing in balance and doing like a lot of stunts. So there's a civil performance and a martial performance. Let's see. The specific stances in the line will also utilize the stances in the combat training. So we operate a martial arts school, and a lot of the stances that we do in martial arts is actually used for the lion as well. So they go hand in hand. So for example, one of the stances that we do in martial arts is called a horse stance. So you'll see the lion head moving in a horse stance like this. Another stance that we do is called an arrow stance, and then you'll see the lion moving in an arrow stance. So there's a horse stance, arrow stance, and then there's something called a cat stance like this. The lion would also go into a cat stance. Then in the Kung Fu, there's also something called a cross stance like this. And you'll see the lion moving in a cross stance. So if you pay attention, the lion is always having some type of stance associated with the martial arts. So they go hand in hand with that. So each student, as they progress in the martial arts, then they'll also progress in their ability to use the lion because the work just kind of goes hand in hand. Okay, so their abilities will progress naturally. The power of the drum, there's a lot of power driving in and out of that drum. Basically, that drum is used traditionally in a time of war. So meaning, there'll be a large drum, and the person will be high up, and when they can see the enemy soldiers coming, they'll start beating the drum really loud to alert everybody that, hey, enemies are approaching. So they'll be hitting the drum like super loud. So that was back in the day, but now the lion drum is used to move that lion. So you see a lot of power when the person's playing the drum. They're driving from the core, driving that power down into your drum. So there's a lot of technique involved, and it takes like years of development. Honestly, for me, it took many years for me to feel comfortable with the drum in order to be confident in which to play with the lion. And then that's coupled with the cymbals and the gong just adds more dynamic power to the lion. So think about those instruments like moving the lion, waking the lion up, like allowing the lion to move according to the instruments. So it needs like a coordinated effort from not just the music team, but also from the lion. It comes together. So just imagine like trying to dance with no music. It's going to be hard to dance. So like the lion, they need that music in order to make that movement. So you saw that today. They did really well playing the lion drum and the musical instruments with the lion dancers. Let me see. So there needs to be a synergy of energy that harmonizes between the drummer, cymbal player, and gong player, and the lion dancers. The lion dancers move and dance to the rhythms of the drummer. And there's also two forms, mainly in China, of the different lion dances. There's the southern, and then there's the northern. The lion that you saw today is from the southern, and that one is the most popular one. Now, you might have other countries like Korea and Thailand, and just other, the Japanese culture, that they have their own dances, but you're going to see the differences in how the lions look. The lions in the Chinese culture, this is the southern one. This is mainly the ones that you're going to see. Even in the movies like Once Upon a Time in China and Enter the Dragon, and some Chinese movies, you'll see these lion dances in the movies. Typically, it's going to be the southern lion. Also, the different colors of the lions. The lion with the white fur is considered to be the oldest of the lions, while the lion with the golden fur is the middle child. The black lion is considered the youngest lion. The colors also represent the character of the lion. The golden lion represents liveliness, the red lion courage, and the green lion friendship. Okay? So right now we have those two lions right there, and it was just a great opportunity for us to share a part of this culture with you as well. Is there anything else for you to add? This is my wife Trinity right here, and she was with me when doing the lion with the big rock.
Like what Sifu said, it really was an honor to be able to share this part of our culture with you all, and just the power behind the performance. Preparing for this, it was tough. It was tough, but it was a lot of fun just learning how to really put energy and bring life into each of the lions, working with the students and, you know, just taking on this beautiful expression of Chinese culture and working together. I mean, it's a part of what we do in our training as martial artists. However, taking it to the next level and bringing this expression to life, like I thought it was, and I don't know about anybody else. Yeah, but it's a lot of work and a lot of energy. We look forward to furthering and advancing, and perhaps we'll become more of the martial type lion, where we, you know, start doing some tosses and throws. But today, in preparing for today, it really, I know for me, it helps to really build up our relationship as a school, build up the synergy within the school, and then being able to bring this energy to you all, like it truly is an honor and a privilege. So we want to thank you all for having us. Thank you for inviting us to share space with you, share energy with you. Again, the Lions, they bring prosperity, they ward off any negative energy, and so the whole purpose is to bring more positive energy, prosperity, and productivity to businesses. So we are wishing you the very best for this upcoming year. And Mom and Dad, you have the well-wishings for us.
Just say hello to everyone here. 恭喜發財.
恭喜發財.
身體健康, they mean.
It basically means, you'll see like the Chinese, she's speaking Cantonese right now, so when you are greeting somebody in Chinese New Year, they'll say, 恭喜發財, 身體健康. That means I wish you have like a prosperous, like a lot of wealth and a lot of health. Now, if you want to say like Happy New Year, then it's a Sunling Fai Lo.
新年快乐 Happy New Year
That means Happy New Year. And the lion dance, the way that you say it in Cantonese is Mo Si. So Mo Si means
Line dancing 冇事
Yeah. So the southern line is associated with the Chinese, the southern part of China, which is where Hong Kong is, and that's where my parents immigrated from, and that's pretty much where they speak Cantonese. And there's the mainland China, which mainly speaks Mandarin, but then the southern China, a lot of them speak Cantonese, and that's where the southern line is from, and that's the culture that we're trying to keep alive. Because it is difficult, because especially here in America, you don't really see that many people that will, preserve that culture. So part of the school is we're trying our hardest to preserve it. And a lot of it is this line dancing, a lot of it is the Chinese martial arts, and we do the best that we can. And we're really appreciative to be here, to share part of this culture with all of you. If any of you are interested in fitness training or martial arts training, you can always contact me. The school is called Freddy's Modern Kung Fu. I also have a YouTube channel. You can always log on there. It's called, just type in Freddy's Modern Kung Fu. You'll find out about the school right there. Currently, we have like over 500,000 subscribers. So hopefully, maybe we can help you get to 1 million. We're just very thankful for the opportunity, and hopefully, maybe we can do this a yearly thing or something like that. Okay?